Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Concourse. This episode is going to be a slightly shorter one than the last one because some of the team aren't available today, but I'm joined, as always, by my friend Finley Coleman. How are we doing, my friend?
I'm fantastic, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. It's been an interesting week in the world of football.
It's been a long time since we've recorded one.
It has, to be fair. Last time was what? Was it before Christmas?
Must have been. Long before. It was before my birthday.
Okay, no, that was a long time ago.
It was like November, wasn't it?
Yeah, like start of November, end of October.
Fucking Jesus.
It's been a long time, but of course, like, it's just schedules, like trying to find the time. So we're busy, man. Full-time jobs. Well,
very busy. Very busy.
But hey, I mean, we've got ourselves back in here now. As you can see, slightly more condensed set, but it's like...
It's better.
Yeah, a bit nicer, you know, a bit closer.
Don't have two people that don't know what they're on about.
Yeah, exactly. Although, we do love Riley, to be fair. We do love him. He's a great-looking man. I'm a fan of the Boston Celtics, as we covered last time.
Great-looking man.
Of course, we also got a few podcast clips on the TikTok, if you saw them. Hope you enjoyed those. We're going to be bringing a few more of those. And a few more things that we're planning to do today. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So, as you can see by the scarf that you're wearing, biggest news of the week so far. How are you feeling after that?
It was awful. A little tear. I may have shed a little tear.
Just one tear?
Just one.
I'll be honest, I was shedding tears of joy. It was probably the greatest news I heard last week as a United fan myself.
It's terrible for the whole of Premier League. I don't know what I'm about.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, obviously, like, I can't avoid the truth. He's pretty much revolutionised the league.
He's taken us from what? Happily 8th in the Premier League to challenger.
I mean, I'll be honest.
For 8 years straight.
Because my stepdad's a Liverpool fan, and we were talking about, like, what his biggest achievement is at Liverpool. And, like, he was mentioning, like, the Champions League or, like, restoring trophies to Liverpool. I think, without a doubt, it's winning you the league. Because, like,
yeah, without a doubt.
As much as I was taking the piss out of you because it was in COVID, like, that was the thing that you wanted to achieve.
I was just like, if you think about it, we won the league, obviously, and we've had, what, 2 90-plus point seasons?
Yeah.
Which any other year, if City didn't exist...
Oh, yeah. I mean, you'd have won at least one league title.
If you look at, like, all the point totals that all the Premier League winners have won, Liverpool's, what, 90-plus twice?
Yeah.
It's probably, what, 3rd and 4th?
To be honest, he was really unfortunate that, like, he is unfortunate like Pep Guardiola existed, because if he didn't, like, he'd at least have like 3 or 4 league titles.
Hopefully you get one this year.
That's fine by me. Oh my god, that'd be the worst thing ever. I was thinking though, what would be the greatest thing is say like it goes to like the last, from the United fans' perspective, is to go to the last game of the season, because I think you've got Wolves at home. Or is it or is it us that plays Wolves? I can't remember. But you're playing at home definitely. Oh no, we've got Brighton, you've got Wolves. So you're playing Wolves at Anfield. There's like 2 points in it, and you just go and absolutely fuck it and lose like 3-2 at home.
It's Anfield last game of the season.
Yeah, I checked. The atmosphere of that game
would be crazy.
That's
the one against Norwich yesterday was fucking nuts.
Did you hear though as well that apparently tickets for that game are selling for like 25 grand?
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Like already.
That is the loudest I've ever... I was literally watching on TV and I was like, fuck me.
It was crazy.
You never walk alone was so loud.
Yeah, because he was like, well, he was on the verge of tears as well when
he was sat there, literally head in hands.
Can imagine. Like it came out of nowhere though, like when he was leaving.
Apparently he's been in the talks since like November time.
Yeah. Did you know that the players only found out like 2 weeks ago?
Really?
Yeah, I found out because I said to my stepdad like, surely the players would have known like since November.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
But they haven't. No, they literally found out like 2 weeks ago. It's crazy, isn't it? Like it is mental.
I've seen loads of, and did you see everyone going crazy about the Van Dijk stuff today?
Yeah, because I only saw a bit about it, but it was like
literally not that fucking deep.
Yeah, well, he was just talking about the change, wasn't he? Like,
yeah, he was on about the change, and then he was like, obviously his contract expires in like 18 months. Yeah. And he was like, oh, are you going to extend your contract? And he was like, oh, that's a tough question. I don't know. Of course you're going to say that?
Yeah.
He's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to stay for another fucking 15 years.
Because I feel like people make the most of that though, because like every time a player says that, no matter which club it is.
Yeah, they always milk it to be something
They always milk it.
It's as if like, oh yeah, he's going to leave in the summer.
Yeah, no, he's your captain. That's literally like Bruno Fernandes doing that for us like tomorrow, just going out like, you're going to sign a new contract? Oh, I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Every player does that. Like, it's very rare that you get a player, unless they're fully committed to the club, that comes out and literally goes, I'm going to sign a contract.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, and if you've got a player like that, great, but then the 90 percentile of players aren't going to do that. They're not going to come out and just be like, I'm going to be here, I'll be here for the next 6 years. Because then when that does happen, 2 seasons go past, and they're playing for another fucking club anyway. They literally just leave.
Like, hey, I'm done. I think I'm out.
It's just, they just go. But, speaking of going, who's coming in on the other side? Who would you want to bring in from I mean, I pretty much know who you want to bring in anyway.
I think it's obvious. I think, me personally, there's actually one option.
Yeah, I'd see it. Yeah, Xabi Alonso is the one. I mean, he's been...
I would genuinely, if you don't get Xabi Alonso, I don't want anyone. Yeah. Put fucking Virgil van Dijk as a manager.
Yeah, just have him as a player manager.
As long as it's Xabi Alonso, I'm happy.
I mean, what he's done at Leverkusen has been
he's a joke.
Like nothing short of a miracle, to be fair.
And it's like perfectly lined up. Klopp leaves.
Yeah.
Xabi Alonso used to play for us.
Yeah.
He wants to win us the Premier League. He says his biggest regret is not winning the Premier League with Liverpool.
Yeah. Did he say that? I didn't actually know that, to be fair. He was. How long did he play for you for? I don't really know.
When did we sign him? We signed him what, like 2004?
2004, 2005. Must be around that area, yeah.
And he left him what? Same year Ronaldo joined Real Madrid.
09.
Yeah.
It's the same summer.
Yeah.
So he signed Benzema, Kaká, Xabi Alonso, and Ronaldo in the same transfer window.
Yeah.
I hate that football club. Like, that's a joke, man. That is like.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. They built an entire spine of a team in one summer. That's like
that's just Real Madrid, though.
That is absurd. But you're not enticed by like any of the other options, like De Zerbi, Steven Gerrard.
I mean, Steven Gerrard's he's gone. There's no chance he's gone. As much as that's like a fan's dream, obviously, Steven Gerrard. But it's just like he fucking destroyed Aston Villa.
I don't know if it's a fan's
considering
dream.
Like the way that Aston Villa, like he left Aston Villa and then Emery came in and has taken them literally into a Champions League spot. Same team.
Yeah.
No.
Plus or minus like
Diaby,
2 or 3 players, yeah.
Plus like 2-3 players. Pau Torres.
Yeah. Well, he had Steven Gerrard had Leon Bailey as well.
Yeah.
Because Leon Bailey this season has been ridiculous. To be fair, like he has been insane.
Like considering where Steven Gerrard left Aston Villa off and where they've gone since, it's like he's just not gonna. He needs to come back and go mid-table again, even like probably lower, and actually prove it.
It blew my mind that people were actually talking about Gerrard the other day, like because nobody's talking about Rooney to replace Ten Hag as manager because he's a shit manager.
Yeah.
Like he went into Birmingham when they were in the playoff positions, became their manager, and left when they were in 16th. Like how do you go and fuck it up that badly? Like
I also did see people saying Jose Mourinho.
Ooh. Nah, because the thing is, I can't see that though, because he always talks like so respectfully about United that I can't see him going there.
But if you think about it, if he was to come in, it would go this way. It would be, we might win one trophy, like probably a cup.
Yeah, that's the thing. He brings you trophies. That's one thing he does.
He'll bring a trophy. He'll win us a trophy. Like of course. The next season, it will go shit out. Shit will hit the fan.
He always does that though, doesn't he? Like, I don't think there has been a club. Has there even been a club where it hasn't gone like that?
He's left mutually and
within like 3 or 4 years.
No way.
He hasn't like the whole time. I've always wanted to see him. But Real Madrid maybe.
Real Madrid.
But you don't think he's. I mean, he fell out with the board there, but that always happens.
Yeah.
Like, because that's something I was going to get into after actually. But just before that, one thing I've always wanted to see Mourinho do is manage a national team.
Oh, I think he'd be unreal.
Oh yeah, I think if Portugal like took him
England.
on. Or England as well. No, I think if England got... We talked about this, didn't we, a few weeks ago. If England had Mourinho as a manager, they would win the Euros this year.
I think they'd win the Euros in the next World Cup.
I agree with that. I think you would, because the thing is, like, they have the best team in the world on paper.
Yeah, England's team on paper. The only team that's, like, comparable is France.
Yeah, that's it.
And, like, as long as France don't get to the final...
They should win.
Yeah.
They won't, but they should.
I think England are going to win the Euros this year.
You reckon?
I think so.
Even with Southgate?
I think so.
Oh, I don't know. It's such a barrier, though, for them to get over.
I hate Southgate. I think Graham Potter should be England's manager, but
that's a hot take.
Southgate will bring them the Euros. I think their team's too good.
Yeah, it's kind of in a way. Well, because it's kind of like I don't really rate Deschamps as a manager, but I think his team kind of. I think all he has to do is name the team sheet and they win.
Yeah, I think England's at that level now, though.
Yeah,
like a couple of years ago, I'd be like, okay, I can see England need like a manager.
Do you think even compared to last December though, that's changed?
Yes, I think England's only problem is centre backs.
Yeah, it is honestly because John Stones isn't really playing as a traditional centre back anymore.
John Stones can play about 40 games a season and then dies in the summer.
Yeah, can't deal with it.
Tomori's. I would start Tomori personally, but
you would. Yeah, but
I don't know if that's because it's fucking FIFA though, because he's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, we're such FIFA kids, like literally.
Yeah, like. And I haven't watched AC Milan at all this season.
Neither. So it's hard to say, isn't it? Really, because it's like.
And other than that, who you got? Harry Maguire.
Ben White, maybe. Well, Ben White hasn't really played, though, has he?
Ben White hasn't played.
Yeah.
And he plays left back when he plays.
I don't know. Yeah, there isn't really. Yeah, you're right. The centre backs are a big problem for them.
Lewis Dunk.
Yeah, Lewis Dunk. Dan Burn.
Why not? Dan Burn. Yeah, we get Dan Burn involved.
Mr. Four Fingers.
Mr. Four Finger. Yeah, get him involved.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested to see where that goes this summer. But back to the topic of managerial exits. We had another one this week, who I think sort of made his announcement thinking that he was going to get the same sort of level of response as Klopp got, which was Xavi, of course, leaving Barcelona. Thoughts on that?
I mean, Barcelona's so in the mud. I think whoever goes in there is done.
To be honest, I like my family are very anti-Barcelona just by their nature. Like, my dad hates Barcelona. I more hate really is like Real Madrid. But like the thing that I think with Xavi is like he's got a point really, especially with the two big clubs in Spain. Whereas like no matter how well you do for a certain amount of time, eventually the fans are going to turn against you.
Yeah, of course they are.
And
if you don't win everything every year.
Yeah, I mean, the standards are so high.
And like if you look at Barcelona's team, there was a starting lineup the other day. I looked at their starting lineup. I literally knew about 3 of them.
That's the thing. I don't think they have that sort of well-beaten squad anymore.
Yeah, whereas if you go, like 10 years ago, you'd know every single... Even the bench players would be like, oh, my God, he's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, he's insane. Couldn't even tell you their starting 11 anymore.
Things I would say, like, their team then, was comparable to, like, City's now, where they could have they had two first 11s, two first 11s in their squad who could win any game. Whereas I think nowadays, like literally, they don't even have a first 11 that could win every game.
The cliff they've fallen off is crazy.
Haven't they lost at the last? How many goals? Wasn't it like 15 or 16 goals in the last like 5 games or so?
I have no idea.
But because they lost 5.
They lost 5-3 to
Betis the other day, wasn't it? Was it Betis?
Bilbao.
Oh no, Villarreal, and they lost Bilbao as well.
Bilbao was 4. Was it 4 or 5?
Yeah, because Gerard Moreno scored in the 5-3. I think.
Yeah, and Iñaki Williams came back from AFCON and played in that game the same day.
That is mental.
That's crazy. You're going on a flight for like 5 hours.
The fact that it's Barcelona that he beat though makes it so much better as well. Yeah, it's like it makes it so much cooler.
Crazy.
But yeah, I think whoever steps in that club next is just like
I think they're done.
They're doomed to fail. Yeah,
until they fix their like everything behind the team. I think that's only when they'll become good again.
I think they're in a better position than we are, but I think they're also in a pretty similar kind of like. Although I think again their ownership is obviously more committed to the club, but I think they're not as bad as us. But I think in a way they find themselves in a similar kind of situation.
They just have no money.
Yeah, because they literally had to. It blows my mind that they had to rent out the Camp Nou for their fans.
It's been ran into the ground.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a perfect example of that.
Well, they do make like if they make like these little like good little signings like 40 million in there.
Yeah,
they could get there again.
Yeah,
it's going to take a while.
Yeah, they're going to have to build their way up.
Now, who's even going to go in there?
That's the thing. Who does take over that helm? Like, who?
I saw someone saying Hansi Flick.
I don't actually hate that, to be honest. Like, I think he's a decent manager, but I think again, he was given a struggling Germany squad, and they continued to struggle. So I think if you give him a struggling Barcelona squad, do they just continue to struggle the same way?
Yeah,
which I think could potentially.
I mean, the only way he's performed is when he had Bayern Munich when they were on top of the world.
Yeah, that was it, and and he had the team to do it because he won the Champions League with them. But that team was like
ridiculous.
Ridiculous, yeah. So I don't know. It's always a weird one with managers. And actually, I was thinking as well on the topic of signing players. Seeing as you brought it up as well, bringing in manager, bringing in players, whatever. Who do you think? This is a big question that I saw on the Stick to Football podcast. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
It's good to be fair. If you want to listen to it, it's good stuff. But they mentioned who should have the final say or who should sign players for a football club.
I saw this.
And I'm like...
It's a Sky Bet one.
I've got a very firm... Especially with the way we are right now, I've got a very firm belief that the manager should not have the final say sign. Or maybe the final say, but not find the players. Especially because all the players that we've signed over the past 2 seasons have been players that the manager knows, and only one of them has worked. Like, literally.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. I agree, but I also think it should be... It's like a revolving door. Like, I think the manager should give options, and I think the director of football should give options.
Yeah.
Because the manager knows what he wants.
Yeah.
And obviously the director of football, if they speak, and obviously they're going to fucking speak, if they choose the players that they want and they don't match up, then it's fucked at the start. Like, you ain't going nowhere.
Doesn't really work.
I think if the manager gives options and they both give options, I think they could both have it. I think whoever gets a final say is the director of football.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think that's the most important person in the situation. I think you have to obviously liaise with the scouting teams. You liaise with you obviously have to think about what style of play the manager wants to play, which is the important part, and also the club's philosophy. But I think if you were to look at a lot of signings that City have made, for example, I don't think Pep has specifically handpicked these players. I think the director of football and the scouting team have brought him a list of players, and he's gone, right, I want this one, this one, and this one.
Yeah, or Pep's gone to them with a profile of player and been like, find me someone.
Yeah, give me a player like this. Yeah,
and then sent him a name, and he's been like, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. And then the director of football's gone and signed it. That's I think the way to do it.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the way they have been doing it. I think that's why I think their recruitment is the reason why they've been the team they have been. Honestly.
Well, it's like Liverpool over the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Like
You haven't missed a beat, really,
Klopp hasn't really had a say in who he signed.
Have you had a bad signing?
This year?
Like, have you actually had a bad signing in that time? Because the thing is, with City, I can name a few. But I can't name any with you, to be fair. Maybe Shaqiri?
No, he won us the fucking...
Yeah, he was okay. Like, he was
good enough.
He was good, yeah.
Campaign. Like,
I don't know.
That Barcelona comeback.
I genuinely don't know if you've had a bad signing in that time.
I don't think so.
Because Minamino was like, again, like average,
good,
but
though.
good, yeah.
He won the FA Cup. Top goal scorer.
That is the difference, because I mean, you look at us and you look at the signings that we've made. You look at the last 10 signings we've made. 9 out of 10 of those are terrible.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but have you seen the stuff about when Jurgen Klopp first joined? He wanted to bring Julian Brandt.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
Michael Edwards went and got Mo Salah instead.
Yeah, that's what I mean though, because imagine that decision has. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, we're going to give Jurgen Klopp his flowers. Great manager. I hate him. Great manager. But like, he's brought you all the success. But like, can you imagine he'd been given the control with that, and you didn't sign Salah? What happens then?
Yeah, but Julian Brandt might have become Salah.
I don't know. But they're such a different profile of player.
Of course not. But like, you know what I mean? Like that level of like. Mo Salah's going to go down as one of Liverpool's greatest ever players.
Like, of importance to the team,
you know,
saying.
Yeah. Like, we will never know.
That's true.
But, like, Jurgen Klopp's had to say this summer.
Yeah.
And, like, the signings he's made this summer have been pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd taken... To be fair, I'd say this summer the ones where, like, they've made the least impact so far. Out of all of the years that you've... I think
that's because you're looking for... You ain't looking for an impact player. We just needed a midfield.
Yeah.
That worked.
That's the thing, and I suppose... Well, I think the thing with midfielders as well is if you're hearing less about them, it usually means they're doing pretty well.
Like, pretty good.
Alexis
McAllister has been ridiculous.
Yeah.
No one's speaking about him.
He's also been injured half the time.
No, he hasn't.
Has he not?
No.
Is he injured now?
No.
What, he did?
He was injured. He was injured for about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, just over Christmas.
He wasn't injured at all?
No.
Really?
He just didn't play against Norwich.
Oh, okay. No, yeah.
Because we had Trent coming back. Yeah. We had all the youngsters playing. We had Andy Robertson coming back.
I suppose you don't need him, yeah.
You don't need him there. We had Szoboszlai coming back.
Don't need him as expendable, do you?
Nah, you just want to get them injured players up to game.
Like match
ready.
fitness, yeah. Because was Szoboszlai back from an injury then? I didn't actually know that. Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah,
Fair
he was
enough.
out for 3 weeks.
Fair enough. Fairly decent injury, that, to be fair. Of course,
it was Trent.
Of course, that game, an FA Cup game. Decent weekend of FA Cup games, to be fair. You know what, going into it, I didn't think the ties were that good. But there was a couple of instances that made it pretty good. Firstly was obviously like the fact that Maidstone beating Ipswich, getting through to the 5th round, which are I think they're only like the 6th non-league team to ever do that.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy. Shout out to George Elakobi and his team. Insane. If they are to beat, I think they're playing Coventry. I don't know if their tie's been decided yet. It's either Coventry, I can't remember the other team, but if they win that tie, they will be only the 2nd ever non-league team, or since 2000, only the 2nd non-league team to get to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. So that'd be pretty mental.
That is crazy.
That is absolutely crazy. So shout out to them. But then obviously a few other things. We'll get into the big one, which I'm sure everyone's probably thinking about. But first, did you see that Port Vale fan that chased the ref around the pitch after the decision?
Yeah. Ran him back into the tunnel. Yeah, I saw that.
I saw a tweet about it, and I saw someone in the comments like, the ref runs like Sterling. And it makes the clip so funny. All I wanted, was someone to just take that clip and like put like the Benny Hill music over the background. Like, it'd have been so good.
I have no context like why he did it, but
that's I saw it. I don't know what happened. All I saw.
The guy literally just turns around and runs into the tunnel. He's like, "Nah, I'm not doing this."
Yeah, I'm not doing this. Just like the Port Vale manager's like, "Whoa, stop! Like, just stop."
Try stopping him from running in.
Like, what are you doing?
Why are you doing that, mate?
But it's like,
It is so good.
It was such a fruity run. Like, it was so.
Call him Raheem Sterling.
Yeah,
that's so good.
It was so funny. Like, same running style.
A little Roadrunner run.
So yeah, we had Maidstone, the big one in that. Obviously, funny side of Port Vale, and then we get to Sunday. Obviously, a big game. We got Black Country Derby. Got Wolves, West Brom for the 75 minutes of the game. Brilliant stuff. You know, you had the stuff before the game, which was class, by the way, like class in both the fans. And then suddenly, you see this massive amount of police presence in the corner. And then it cuts to a shot with some guy with blood like pouring down his head. But
that is crazy.
Before we get into the serious side of that, I mean, you guys have probably seen this picture, but someone retweeted it with like, have you seen the meme of like Alan Brazil when he's like all purple on TalkSport? And someone retweeted it with that. It's so funny. It's like the thing I wanted to ask you about that really was there was a lot of like divided opinions because obviously in like the commentary they were saying like, oh, these are scenes we don't want to see in football, and then everyone on Twitter was like, nah, this is great, it's good to see rivalries back and whatever. So
I think it's good to see rivalries, but like there's also a level.
There's a line. I think it was cropped. Yeah. It was like it was that thing when the like child had to be brought on the pitch and then like Cunha, like Dawson have to check if he's alright. That's obviously a bit.
I didn't see any of that stuff.
So no, it was like
I haven't seen much on it to be honest. I just heard it.
Yeah.
Because I know everyone at work was going crazy.
Yeah.
Because didn't the match get suspended?
Yeah, for like it was. So I was watching it live. It was suspended for like 25 minutes, and they were trying not to show anything in the crowd, but you can actually see. So the guy on Twitter, the Wolves fan who was sat in the West Brom end, like his video was on his Snapchat. It was him like, so at the start of the game they were singing like "Fuck off Wanderers, West Brom." Like he was singing the opposite, so he was singing like "Fuck off West Brom, Wanderers," and basically the next clip is from some other guy's Snapchat of him just getting like beaten the shit out. Like literally, he's got this like this white like Stony. Of course he's got Stony on. Like of course he does. But he's getting like literally like battered, and then literally you just see some guy at the front just lob a bottle. And the next thing is right, and also you can see it on the actual live feed on BBC. It's sort of like in the sort of like lower right hand third, and it's just him getting like battered as he's walking towards the tunnel. But yeah, so probably not wise to if you're going to sit in the home end as an away fan.
I've done it,
but don't chant.
Like when we went Burnley, we watched Burnley Liverpool, and we sat in the Burnley end.
Yeah, as a Liverpool fan as well, like to
sit there and I was like shitting myself most of the time, but I was like, I'm not going to sit there and chant away.
Yeah,
especially at Burnley.
In all fairness, we were in the family section, so I doubt.
Oh, were we?
I doubt anything was going to happen. I mean, it is Burnley as well. I mean, to be fair,
yeah, like Burnley.
Never know, but like I think
as long as you're not chanting and all that bollocks, I think sitting in the opposite end isn't that bad.
Because like where he sits, right? I used to go to West Brom quite a lot when I was younger because my apologies, my stepdad used to get tickets through his work because one of his workmates used to be a season ticket holder. So we used to go quite a lot, and I used to sit in the area where the fighting was. And that's where all the fucking season ticket holders sit.
Oh, really?
So why the fuck would you, as like a fan who's from like this team's biggest rivals, basically, go and sit in the home end? I mean, I'm not condoning what happened, but I'm just saying like, obviously it's gonna happen.
Yeah, he's kind of asking for it.
And he sat there and he's going, "Fuck off, West Brom." They're going to beat the shit out of you.
He was asking for it.
And I think because obviously it was at two ends of the ground as well. I don't know if you know this. It was in the corner by the. Have you been to West Brom before?
Nah.
So it's like. I don't know if you've ever seen it before. You know where the away end is at West Brom?
Yeah.
Just like the far end of the ground. Like literally, so just to the left is where the fighting was. And then some fans spilled across from the away end and obviously got involved as well. And then literally on the opposite side of the ground as well, there was Wolves fans sat there. So there was literally police presence on like both sides of the pitch. It was mental. But the only reason they didn't restart the game earlier is because there was no paramedics because they were dealing with people who were hurt.
Oh, really?
Obviously, like that guy who literally had like his entire skull caved in.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
with images like that. But
that clip where he's walking down, his head is literally red.
Oh, it's covered. And the best thing is though, is like his head is covered in blood, and he's got his hands because he's obviously been scrapping. So the police are just
and
like,
you got a guy with a sponge on his head, and he's got his hands behind his back. The guy's literally bleeding out.
It's not funny, but it's like at the same time, it's football heritage at the end of the day. Like that's gonna be talked about for years. Football.
Like if you get like American football, they all sit together.
Yeah, that always blows my mind. But the thing is, that's the thing that like whenever you speak to, because I know a few people who like live in different places and like prefer rugby, prefer American football, whatever. And they'll be like, I don't understand how like fans can't sit in the same area. And I'm like, I don't understand the opposite. Like,
well, yeah, but that's
just different cultures, isn't it?
You got to show them that clip.
Yeah, just be like,
show them that West Brom Wolves game, and you'll be like, this is why.
This is why, because we've got Johns, Pauls, and Garys who beat the fucking shit out of each other.
Football hooliganism is crazy.
It is. I mean,
you wouldn't. As much as like, I think rugby is like a tougher sport and like a harder sport, but you
it's into play. Yeah, no, you wouldn't. It's a lot more respectful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I was telling you to watch this one, like the quarterback series on Netflix, which is really good, by the way, if any of you are into American football. And like the respect in American football compared to like after the game, there's nothing in the interviews like chatting shit. They'll just go and be like, oh, great game, like good luck for the rest of the season. Like whereas in football, you've got like you'll have vendettas for fucking years.
I mean, look in Europe. Like, it's crazy.
Like Gala, like Marseille, anything
Napoli.
like that. Yeah, like Napoli go hard.
Like, it's crazy.
I mean, remember, like, what was it back in like the 90s or the 80s where those two Leeds fans got killed, like literally killed in Turkey. Like in it was in a European game. Like, yeah, so they got stabbed to death in Istanbul. It's crazy, isn't it? Like,
yeah, like, I think it's just football culture is just a lot more brutal than all the other sports.
Yeah, it's a lot more sort of like...
it can be good or it can be bad.
I think that's the
majority bad, but...
I reckon, like, weekend was the bad side, but it's always good to see, like...
There's nothing wrong with a bit of rivalry.
But there's a line in there.
Gets you going.
Don't cross the line.
Yeah, there is definitely a line.
Don't cross the line. But, no, that is what it is. Right, now, back to the original point. I've got a question for you. I'm going to test your affiliation to your football club. So, if you get this wrong, by the way, you are a certified plastic. Just to let you know.
That's probably going to be a given.
So I'm going to give you 5 Liverpool managers, including Jurgen Klopp, of course, on his farewell, which I am over the moon about, and you have to rank them by their win percentage as a manager.
As in best to worst?
So we're going to do best to worst, yeah? Okay. Or, well, you can start with worst if you want, whichever way you want to do it.
I'll start with worst, yeah.
So we've got Jurgen Klopp, Kenny Dalglish, Bob Paisley, Rafael Benitez, Joe Fagan, and Bill Shankly.
Fuck me.
It's hard because they're really close as well.
That's all that's how many is it? 6.
That is 6. Yeah, sorry.
That's like 6 of our best managers.
Literally your 6 best managers, basically. Yeah, pretty much. Apart from Gerard Houllier, I might put Gerard Houllier in that over like Benitez maybe, but I can hear your feet tapping at the table, like thinking about it, getting the brain box working. But it is really tight for some of these. Like there is only about 9% between 6th and 1st.
Are you taking the piss?
It's close. Like, it is close.
I could literally just name a random order then, because that's fucked.
Yeah, it is like...
I'd go... I'm going to go, like, the length of time, because I feel like...
go length of time. Length of time
the
is
longer you're there, the lower the percentage, just naturally.
That's a good way of thinking about it. Can you remember who was there the longest, though? That's the thing. I think it does work like that, pretty much.
Shankly.
So Shankly at 6.
He was there for years.
He was there for a long time. That was a good point.
Fagan.
Fagan, number 5, that's what we're going with?
Yeah.
Okay. This is where it gets tricky.
Dalglish, Klopp.
You're going Dalglish, Klopp, Benitez?
Oh, no. I go Benitez.
Yeah.
Dalglish, Klopp, Paisley.
You put Paisley top. So you're going Shankly, Fagan, then Benitez, right?
Yeah.
Dalglish, Klopp, Paisley.
Yeah.
You are one off. You are one off. If you swap Klopp, right? If you put Paisley above Benitez and you put Klopp top, you'd have it.
So Klopp's number 1.
Klopp is number 1. He has the highest win rate of any Liverpool manager. Because Bill Shankly, right, is at number 6. You got that right. Yeah. 51.98%. Which for the amount of time that he was there.
Yeah, I just went on it like based on length of time because trying to guess the actual win percentage is practically impossible.
That was a smart way of doing it. By like
length of time, surely the win percentage is going to be lower.
It's going to be lower, yeah. That makes sense. Fagan, you were correct, 53.4%. Benitez, also correct, 55.4%. Then it was Paisley, 54.7%. Dalglish, 58.3%. And Klopp, over 9 years, you got to hold your hands up and say this is pretty respectable.
Yeah,
60.7%.
That's pretty good.
That's insane.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. It's almost 2/3 of like all of his games there.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like
over 8 years, 60% is crazy.
But anyway, there we go. That proves that Finn
I'll take that.
That proves that Finn's a plastic. So good that we've
I'll
sorted
take
that. To be fair, I did not think you were going to get 5 out of 6. That was a little insane.
That's because I'm
the
greatest Liverpool fan ever.
Oh yeah. How many games have you been to again?
1.
Anyway, moving on.
I've been to 2 technically.
Yeah, you're out. No, that does count. That counts.
2.
That does count.
It's too far away. I can't be asked.
Yeah. Anyway, like we are almost at the end of January. Thank the Lord, longest month of the year. But of course, one thing that comes with January in football is the January transfer window, which is going to be closing on Thursday, I believe, or the midnight of Wednesday. So, not been a particularly busy transfer window.
I was about to say, who's been the biggest transfer?
I was about to say, like, who do you think is the winner of the window in the Premier League so far?
I don't even know, like, Tottenham have made a signing.
I'd have to go Spurs, yeah. I think I'd have to go Spurs off the like basis that they've literally just signed someone in general. Yeah. Like, because I don't think, who else has signed someone? I think West Ham
Forest, I think
Forest have signed one. or one or two. But West Ham signing Calvin Phillips
Phillips is pretty good.
Is a good sign. I mean, it's good, really good Declan Rice replacement. I think it'll be good there. But yeah, I think you got to go Tottenham because like they've got a new centre back in, which they needed. They've also got a forward, which they also needed. So yeah, I mean, it's been really quiet this year. Yeah, it is Timo Werner. You know what though? I think he can kick on. To be fair,
I don't know. He played on the wing in his first game and he got an assist. To be fair, but I watched it. He didn't really do much, to be honest.
Well, of course, with Spurs bringing in a centre back, one had to leave as well. Eric Dyer going to Bayern, which is the most football manager transfer I think I've ever seen in my life.
And it's a ridiculous deal for Bayern Munich. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I honestly think he's going to do well there
for a loan. Does it turn into permanent?
I think they've got option. I don't think it's like an obligation.
No, I think you can probably sell Eric Dyer for like 15 mil.
Yeah, I reckon so.
4 mil. That's pretty good.
He's like a proven. I'd say he's proven in the Premier League.
He's played over probably 400 games in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think that's respectable. Yeah. And I think he's done fairly well in that time. Apart from that time where he jumped in the crowd.
That free kick he scored for England. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, well the one at Euros.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was insane. That was a great free kick. That's
the only moment I remember from Eric Dyer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's like every player who plays for England has like that one moment. You got Kieran Trippier with that free kick. Oh
my god.
That was insane. To be fair, but Eric Dyer in that one, of course. Jesse Lingard with that goal against Panama.
Oh my, that goal was ridiculous.
That was a ridiculous goal. It was against Panama, but literally the exact same time. But yeah, it's just like those streets will never forget players. But he's also appeared to pick up the language pretty quickly over there. If anyone's seen that video.
I love it.
Dual points.
Same way Jadon Sancho was doing it, when he was back at Dortmund. His accent's going to come back when he gets them interviews going. It's coming back.
Yeah, well, less about him, the better, to be fair. A bit like Big Steve though, as well. Like back when he was at FC Twente back in what was that? Like back in early 2000s.
Oh, that was years ago.
Arsenal. Oh, it's so.
I don't know why do you naturally draw to just changing your accent?
I don't know.
As an English player abroad.
Topical. Joey Barton did it as well when he was at Marseille.
Yeah.
Before he became.
But his was really bad.
Yeah, his was really bad. Which funnily enough.
The scouts are turning French.
Funny enough, it's not the worst thing he's ever done. You know.
No, it's not. The guy is a criminal.
Well, that could be debated, I suppose. But yeah.
No, he is a criminal.
Yeah, he's a criminal. Criminal takes literal criminal man.
Yeah, his Twitter is crazy.
It's actually it's off the rails. Like. Someone's got to deactivate.
The fact that he's allowed to post the stuff he posts is crazy.
Just
and TalkSport will just be like, come on.
Yeah, you could. Well, but to be fair, they have Gabriele Bonhor on there.
Yeah, but Gabriele Bonhor is an idiot, and he has no idea what the fuck he's on about. I'd probably do a better job on there.
But he's not a racist.
But he's not a racist, and he's not sexist.
Yeah.
So
I suppose that's where you draw the line with that, really, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's just although his takes are criminal, equally as criminal as anything that Joe Barton says.
That's true.
But anyway, that's what happens, I suppose.
That's crazy.
Yeah, someone who Gabriele Bonhor doesn't like, and I do agree with him on this point, is Marcus Rashford. And, of course, missing again over the weekend in the FA Cup because on Friday he was reported ill, even though the night before he was on a night out in Belfast. So...
In Belfast is funny.
Yeah, why was he doing? What the fuck
Belfast?
Was he doing in Belfast? Why Belfast of all places?
A quick little flight, I suppose.
Yes, yeah, pretty cheap.
Just across the river.
Pretty cheap, although as if that would
just
be a problem.
The pond.
Yeah, as if that'd be a problem for him on fucking 350,000.
Oh, no. You definitely got PJ.
Yeah, no, he's getting
a PJ.
No, you got Ryanair. I'm sure you got Ryanair.
Yeah.
Belfast.
Ryanair deals, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
The Belfast.
Those January deals. Yeah. It don't matter how much I'm getting paid. I'll still be using them.
Yeah, 100%.
But anyway, back to that. I mean, fucking 350 grand a week. Number 10. You grew up at the club. Weren't running games off the bat. Fucking hell.
He doesn't like Ten Hag.
He can't. He literally can't.
Do you sack Ten Hag or do you sell Marcus Rashford?
Fizo, I was saying this morning, right? This is the 5th manager where things have gone wrong with him and he hasn't worked. Because everyone has said that he's got this great potential, but the only manager that's brought him out of him was Ten Hag, and that was only for one season, then it went away. I just don't think he has the commitment, honestly.
Yeah. Well, so you would sell Rashford over sacking Ten Hag?
Yes. Because if PSG are offering, if PSG offered us 50 million, I'd sell him.
50 million you'd sell him?
Maybe a bit less.
A bit less?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, he's not committed, though. What would you value him at?
On his day, when he's actually... last season, he's probably 100 mil, especially now.
Last season, I'd say 85.
Yeah.
I'd say about 85.
I'd say probably about 70.
Yeah, well, no, yeah. I don't know. I think that's way too much, though.
Yeah, but it's Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, but
when he's on his day, he's unbelievable.
But he's never on his day though.
Not at the minute, no. But if he goes back to like.
So Saint-Maximin as well, though. Like, so when Saint-Maximin was on his day, could like beat teams by himself in Newcastle. But then
I would still put Marcus Rashford a lot higher than Alan Saint-Maximin.
Yeah, of course. I think you'd have to do that. But
I think it's just Ten Hag. Like if Ten Hag, I think he's got to go. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Ten Hag.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I'm obviously sticking with him. But by the end, if he's not made us any better by the end of the season, and he's not managed the squad any better by the end of the season.
I don't know, like United just don't have a style. Like you go into every game thinking, "Oh, what United gonna do?"
Yeah,
I
think he does. I think he does that as well.
Exactly. He just picks the 11. He's like, "Yeah, well, fuck it."
Yeah, I'll do.
Like you watch City, you know how they're gonna play against each team. You watch Liverpool, you know how we're gonna play now.
Mm.
Even Chelsea is slowly getting it.
Yeah, they're getting
United. You're like, okay, what are they gonna do? High press. All right, cool. What? Yeah. What now? You get the ball high at the pitch and then it's game over. You can't finish.
Yeah, we seem to have no sort of style of play through the midfield or anything.
Your midfield doesn't exist at the minute.
I think top four is certainly out of the question for us going into the second half of the season, as much as the manager wants to talk about it. But that's a big one, actually, because there is a few teams that are battling for that. And I think this would be a good way to end it off going into the second half of the season, finish the first half, finish January. So we've got, currently in the top four, it is what? Arsenal, Villa, you and City, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think is there at the end of the season?
Liverpool, City are given.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think especially now that Klopp's gone. Or is going, sorry.
Yeah.
Because
I think it would either... It depends what... Because it's Liverpool, I feel like it's going to push Liverpool to a higher level, probably then. Yeah. If it was someone else, it would probably drop them a little bit, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
But I think Liverpool... I think we've got a chance of winning it.
Yeah, I think you do as well. I'm very scared of that, but I think you do.
City are a joke. Like, City are probably going to win.
Things they're hitting their form again, aren't they?
And Kevin De Bruyne is scary.
Yeah,
that guy is scary.
He comes back from an injury. He's been out for what, like 4 months? And he gets an assist and a goal in his first game.
He's nuts. That guy...
Ridiculous.
He's definitely one of the greatest midfielders in Premier League history.
The greatest ginger footballer of all time. Probably the best.
Yeah, probably.
I reckon.
What other gingers have there been?
Paul Scholes.
Scholesy. Lalas.
Carlos Valderrama.
He's not ginger.
Do you not... I guess
it was like a blondie, wasn't it? It was like a blonde afro type thing, wasn't it?
I reckon Kevin De Bruyne probably is the best ginger footballer of all time.
I mean, he's definitely in the...
He's in the top 5.
Yeah, he's in Premier League's best 11 ever.
Yeah. He's best ginger to play in the Premier League. And as a United fan, that's a hot take. Yeah, but I would say,
who else would be in it? Arsenal, I think, are probably going to be in it.
You reckon?
I still think Arsenal are what? 3 points behind us?
Yes, I think they're 4 points behind City and they're 3 behind you. I think.
No, because we're top.
Oh, you top? Yeah. Okay, maybe it is just 3 points then. But yeah, you reckon they'll stay? I think they'll drop off.
I think Arsenal will drop off, but I still think they'll get in top 4.
Do you reckon they'll finish 4th or 3rd?
3rd.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool and City are going to push on now. I think there's going to be that gap again.
I think that's like the 3 that a lot of people would say. This is the big one. The last of your top 4. The last team in the Champions League.
Tottenham.
Saying Tottenham.
Yeah.
See, mine is exactly the same as yours, but I've got Villa at 4th.
You got Villa at 4th. I think it's a toss-up between Villa and Tottenham.
If they can keep that home form going, it goes such a long way.
But Tottenham, when they had all their players, at the start
they
of the
were
season,
superb.
Were ridiculous.
Well, they were top,
and all their players are coming back.
Yeah, that is true. Because Maddison played.
Maddison played the other day.
Yeah, he played against City, didn't he?
Van der Ven played the other day.
Yeah,
like them all coming back. Scary.
It is scary for it. Yeah.
For that top 4, I think it'll be Tottenham.
Especially with SpongeBob Bobster
Yeah, exactly.
To go. Exactly. I love his style of play. I love his style of play.
Yeah,
it's like, because the thing is, like I used to say this about Spurs all the time. It was like their only tactic was to go through Harry Kane and get the ball to Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Whereas now,
I remember you saying like a few years ago, being like, as soon as Harry Kane leaves, Tottenham will become so much better.
I'm actually proud of the fact that was true.
And the fact you said that, and the fact it was true,
it's true. Like
crazy.
The 2 things that will hold me forever is that Lukaku would be a flop at Chelsea, and that. The 2 things I've only been right about ever in football, but it's just like those. I'll take them. Like, you got to take. It's small wins, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, for me, I reckon Villa with the home consistency, they'll keep it up. I can see Tottenham getting a few more injuries.
I mean, if Villa lose that home consistency,
then they're finished.
I think they're done.
Yeah, because
if they lose 2 games at home, they're done.
Yeah, because then they'll get that.
They're going to lose that confidence.
They'll lose the mental game of having Villa Park.
They might still be in it with the points, but like that push at the end, I think Tottenham would just push over.
Yeah. I'd love to see it though. I'd love to see Champions League football at Villa Park. That'd be insane.
Is there a way the Premier League get 5 spots?
I'm not sure if the coefficient can still work now. Maybe if you win the Europa League or City win the Champions League, maybe. But I'm not 100% sure. Maybe?
Because I keep seeing like Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville go on about the 5th spot.
Yeah.
But like, I have no idea anymore. I thought it was going to happen, and then United got knocked out of the Champions League within fucking 2 days. So.
It's only a reminder. I went all the way to Munich to go watch us lose fucking 4-3.
Yeah, I think it's if City. I think one English team has to win. To get that 5th spot.
It's possible then, because you should win. Well, because then remember you've got Villa in the conference as well. Would that be enough? Because they're probably going to win that.
Maybe.
They're probably going to win that.
I have no idea.
It's just
if there's a 5th spot, Villa are getting it.
See, Sam knows all this stuff about coefficient. It's just like
there's no chance I'm learning any of that stuff.
It's too nerdy for me.
Can't bother.
But anyway,
that spreadsheet, I was like, nah, I'm not looking at that.
yeah, when he said that, I was like, I'm not looking through that.
I'm not looking at that.
I don't know if we get in the Conference League, Suska Sofia will do. I'll go to Bulgaria, drink a load of Bulgarian pints, and get on it. That'd be brilliant. Go watch
that's
the
what.
game.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want
exactly.
If you're in the Europa League, you want the most random of teams possible.
Hajduk Split,
middle of fucking nowhere.
Like Ferencvaros.
All of them.
Ferencvaros will go hard, by the way, like an away to there. But like literally any of that.
Any of them.
Get me there. Well, a boy can dream.
That's the only chance you'll get.
But yeah, so those are our top 4s, and that is everything rounded up from the week of football. So it's been a pretty interesting week, to be fair, even though considering there wasn't any league games on. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this second, slightly shorter episode of the Concourse. Anything to finish out with, you want to say?
Have a nice.
Have a nice. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Have a nice. Tomorrow, well, it won't be tomorrow. Obviously, when this podcast comes out, we're going to have a new episode out this week, of course, as we always do. Keep your eyes out for more stuff that we are planning in the pipeline as well. And we will see you on the next episode of whatever we're doing next. So have a good week, guys, and we will see you later.
Adios.